Today I'm watching Goosebumps Season 2, Episode 9. The past few episodes were a two-part episode about this comic book character, the mutant, and this boy who became Elastic Boy once he defeated the mutant. I was very excited to see that Adam West was involved in the previous episode. I never watched this show when I was younger. I was way too scared. It would have terrified me. I have some of the books, but I haven't read them yet, so I'll definitely have to read them eventually and see how accurate they are to the show. I'm really enjoying this anthology style, and each episode has been so different. They're covering like a wide variety of different stories and characters, which is great, so I'm very curious to see where it's gonna go. Some episodes are definitely better than others, and I really like the twist ending, but overall I'm really enjoying it. I really like the previous episode with this, comic book, so that was great. I'm curious to see if we'll get more, two-part episodes, but thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
Oh man, you and your dumb hobbies. Wax rubbings. Who makes wax rubbing?
I do.
I've only ever seen this in like one other movie, and it was something I had no idea even existed, so it's very interesting.
Oh.
Check out the epitaph. Though his bones are but dust, his spirit lives on forever.
Well, that's haunting and ominous. Well, yeah, what's moving in the grass, man?
Best one ever!
Kids and their pranks. Oh my gosh.
If you go near the cave down at the beach, you will too.
That's enough, Sam.
The cave?
Come on, we need to go. We'll see you around.
He's like, it was nice pranking you. Yeah, see you later. Good luck. And they have the same last name, but oh, how are you related? Nope, let's talk about that later.
Better cooked on that old wood burner.
They brought in the power, but we haven't bothered hooking it up.
I'm sure the kids love that.
Your relatives too?
Could be.
Very, very distant, if they are. They went on about something.
They're definitely hiding something. Yeah.
Never heard of it. Well, I got some reading to do.
Well, and secrets will be for dessert, so enjoy your meal. Yeah, they just leave them. They're like, you've been asking too many questions, so we're out, but enjoy your shepherd's pie. Don't explore that cave, whatever you do, yeah.
I wish I had a book on all the different types of seaweed.
Fine, I'll look for the cave for myself then.
And again, we have kids being sent off for the entire summer vacation. The parents like, yeah, we don't want to see you for a couple months, so go hang out with your aging cousins.
What's wrong?
Look at that. Perfect skeleton.
Oh my god. That's not a raccoon. Yeah. They're ghosts. These two are ghosts.
The bones are picked clean. What kind of animal would do something like this?
Suspenseful music playing. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
It wasn't an animal that picked those bones clean. It was the ghost. The ghost of Harrison Sadler.
Ooh.
Dogs can tell if someone's a ghost.
Dogs always.
Animals always know, yes.
Oh, give me a break.
Let's go.
This music is too much.
I'm not sure.
This is just another one of your dumb jokes, isn't it?
Think what you want. Come on, Louisa. I told you they were non-believers.
Shun the non-believers. Yeah, the way their cousins responded when they said Sam and Louisa's name, something's up with those two for sure. Oh god, why are they trying to overfeed them?
Just a light.
You ever hear of Aurora Borealis, Jerry?
Yeah?
Is that what he's saying it is?
Or something electric gets in the air and the whole sky lights up in streamers.
In no way was that what he saw in that cave. Also, it was, oh, did her eyes just glow? Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't want you kids coming home with any broken bones.
Why would they get broken bones? Also, he's blaming Aurora Borealis on the light in the cave in the middle of the day. The kids are just supposed to believe that? Come on.
But I don't know if we should.
Oh, come on.
I'm kind of scared.
Me too. That's why it's fun.
Not my idea of fun there, bud, but sure. They're gonna go exploring this cave at night. Alone.
You hear that?
my god, these bats? Oh my god, get out of there. Those look real, I don't know.
I don't think we should be here.
Oh my god. Who's this? Oh my god, a ghost?
Serious trouble. It's dangerous to get involved with ghosts.
We didn't mean any harm.
This like thunderous music.
I'm not a ghost. My name is Harrison Sadler.
Then you're a ghost, bud.
Here from England a number of years ago.
350 years ago.
Yeah, you're dead and you're a ghost.
So cold, so hungry, their blood froze in their veins.
Oh my god. Really painting a graphic story for them.
Awful, so painful that some refused to go to their final resting place, and so they lingered on.
Are you talking about yourself? Yeah, exactly.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, there they are. I knew they were ghosts, yeah. They said they'd been like for like 3 centuries or something. Oh my gosh, yeah.
He said he's not a ghost.
He told us to come here to look for something.
To look for what?
Your gravestones.
Yeah, he's the one that led them there to tell them that you guys are ghosts. Everybody's a ghost.
Ghosts? Then where did these come from?
Our ancestors. We just got named after them, that's all.
Now we're gonna show you something.
That's what everybody's saying. Like, I was just named after them. 300 years later.
We need to see it. We need you to believe us.
Believe what?
Here it is. See for yourself.
As this like extra foggy graveyard. Oh, with the photos! Oh my god, what? How is everybody dead?
And your sister. This is what the ghost didn't want you to see.
What does he want?
What do you think? To eat you and bury your bones.
Oh my god, it's so graphic.
If we mess up, the ghost won't stop at killing us. He'll haunt our house, our family, get revenge forever.
He's like, it's okay if you do it, because you don't really live here, so it's fine. Oh my god, this is so gruesome. Who's dead? Is everybody a ghost? What are we doing? I feel like they're gonna lock up somebody in this cave and seal them up that's not actually a ghost and commit an unaliving. Because these ghosts told them to.
Us?
You're the ghost!
Jared, the rocks!
You've terrified people long enough.
Liar!
Oh my god, it's just a ghost off. I'm a ghost, you're a ghost. Oh, the dogs always know. Oh, yep. Confirmed ghost sighting.
Bring them to me.
We never had a chance to live!
Oh my god, it's so sad. It's so sad.
Hungry! We were so hungry! Stay with
Oh my god, that's... Oh my god, that's so dark. As their faces like turn back into skeletons. This episode is messed up. So dark. Well, they're ghosts now, that's for sure.
Jerry, next time you see me sleeping, don't wake me up.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my gosh. I was like, do they not know they're dead? But obviously they do. They're like, we were so hungry.
Quite the fright, but it's all over now and best forgotten.
And their cousins are ghosts too, I feel like.
Maybe he's quite a good dog.
Oh god, is she like getting ready to cook him? Ew! They were so hungry, now they're eating the dogs. Ew, oh my god. Those kids are like, at this Dutch angle, this titched angle. Oh my god. Run! Take the dog with you! Yikes, what a way to cut. Oh my gosh. That was a gruesome one. Cheese and rice. So that was my first time watching Goosebumps, season 2, episode 9. It was another summer vacation episode. We have these siblings going to visit their cousins, and it sounded like their dad also spent time at their cousins, which was interesting considering that they're ghosts. So would the dad not have noticed that they didn't, age, and that when he was old enough to send his kids there, that they were the same age? But anyway, that's not really the point of the episode, but I'm definitely noticing this theme of summer vacation and sending your kids off somewhere for months at a time. And this was definitely more of a gruesome, I feel like this was a dark episode, and we've had ghosts and stuff before in previous episodes, but the fact that there was multiple people who were ghosts, I was like, okay, who do I believe? Who are we supposed to be scared of? Is everybody a ghost? What's going on? And as Terry and Jerry are trying to figure out, okay, is the guy in the cave? But they obviously had a full-on conversation with him, so it was definitely tricky because none of the ghost, signals were there that we usually have in movies and TV shows. The only giveaway that we got from this episode was, the dog was barking at them. And I think what made this episode so dark and intense is that it was based on history, obviously loosely. I don't know if the names were exact, but that's not the point. We know people came over from England, and obviously when they arrived in America, the first winter that they got here, apparently it wiped out, everybody who had arrived, which I'm sure happened, maybe not everybody, but it obviously would have been a tough adjustment if you hadn't experienced cold like that or anything. So I think that adds a new element to it because it's not, made up. It's not like an urban legend or something like that. That would have been, real. That would have been history, that this would have happened to people, 300 years ago. And to have these kids, they don't look like they're dressed 300 years ago. They look like they were dressed for today, except for the guy in the cave looked like he was dressed from an older period of time. But again, so it was hard to know, and I think that was kind of the point of the episode, was to keep the audience guessing. I mean, if you'd read the book, you probably would know, so I'm always curious to see how similar it is to the book, so let me know in the comments. But I thought for sure that Sam and Louisa were ghosts right away because, again, we only ever see them at the beach. They have the same last name as Terry and Jerry, but when they bring them up to their cousins at dinner, nobody is like, oh, they must be so-and-so's kids, or yeah, they're from this family. Their faces got extremely concerned, and they exchanged a look basically being like, let's not talk about this. And then they just leave the room oh, I'll go help you, and just leave the kids because they obviously don't want to talk about this because they know that they're ghosts. So yeah, it's interesting to think of this little, obviously they were by the water, so this entire community seems to be based out of the ghosts from 300 years ago. And when Brad and Agatha were talking, the older cousins were talking, they seemed very much concerned about, oh, we gotta eat, which obviously makes sense if they essentially starved to death. And she's like, I don't know how to feed you. He's overfilling his plate trying to feed him so much, and then the next time doesn't feed him enough. And obviously looking back, that makes sense considering they had no food. And I don't even want to think about what happened to the dog at the end of the episode. I hope they ran out of there as quickly as possible. But the fact they were, so hungry and had to eat dogs, and that's why the dogs are barking at the ghosts now, is because they know what they did and they're not okay with it, obviously. And the dogs, and I always find animals in supernatural movies can tell, who the ghosts are. Pets can see things that we can't. So yeah, I wasn't surprised they were barking at them, but to add in this whole element of the fact they were eating them as well. And, just that shot of Agatha putting on her apron, I was like, oh no, this is getting to a very scary place. And, it just cuts, it's such a quick cut right there with Terry and Jerry standing there with the door open, what do we do now? They know what they mean. They clearly say that they're going to eat this dog, and their kids, do they run away? What do they do? Does their dad know about this? So yeah, it was very interesting. And I like that Terry seemed to be more into science, and she was doing these, gravestone rubbings and was, collecting the seaweed, and just really seemed to be, enjoying her time at the beach until obviously a bunch of ghosts decide to ruin it. And, her brother dragging her out of bed basically to go check out this cave. She's like, you know what, next time just go without me. I don't want to be involved in this, because not only did they find out that the cousins that they're staying with are ghosts, but that they have other relatives who are ghosts, and, obviously they're descendants. But even when Sam and Louise were like, oh, that's not us, I was like, okay, it was so hard to know what to believe, because 300 years would be a long time to be named after somebody, but it's possible. I think the biggest eye roll was when Brad tried to say that the light in the cave was the Aurora Borealis, and we're like, what? Come on, like, you can't, that's such, like, there's no way that that's even remotely possible. And they seemed very focused on like tradition and the older way of life, and I was like, okay, maybe they're just, that's their values and that's what they're into. And even they said when their dad was there, like, he always valued family and he always made time for family, and they just seemed to value family and, kind of had this wood stove. Like, they still didn't seem to have a lot of, new technology or anything like that. Like, they still seemed, pretty set in their ways. And obviously because they haven't really evolved in 300 years. And it was just so heartbreaking to hear Sam and Louisa talking about how they're like, we didn't even get a chance to live. Like, they obviously would have died, 12, 13, like, they're obviously very, very young when they passed away, and like, oh, just that one winter, and they were so hungry and cold. And it was like, oh my gosh, like, that was probably the reality for a lot of, those early settlers and those early pioneers. And it's just so sad to think about. And the fact that they've been, haunting this area ever since, basically, and roaming the beach and eating animals to, get by, basically. But usually ghosts don't eat. But considering the way that they died, maybe that's, part of what's keeping them around, is trying to find food still. I was worried the guy in the cave was going to be real because it was so hard to tell who was a ghost and who wasn't, and that Terry and Jerry were going to inadvertently, trap a real human in there when all these rocks fell. But obviously we see, all three of them are in fact ghosts. And it was super creepy to have Louisa and Sam's face turn back into skeletons as they step back into the cave, and I'm assuming that's where they would have died. Maybe they were hiding out there for shelter, I don't know. But to see like the skeleton come through and their eye sockets and their bones, just so creepy. It wasn't the most like seamless transition, but still, it was just so creepy to see, and you're like, what are we looking at? And that was the only real like ghost effect that they got. I thought maybe Terry and Jerry were dead too, considering there was tombstones made for them. So, like, where did those come from? That was super creepy. Did they just make them hoping that these cousins would be okay with dying so they could join them? Like, what? It's so messed up. I couldn't imagine looking at your own tombstone with your picture on it of you at that age. Like, it's not like they had some arbitrary date in the future. Like, it was, right here, right now. And, there's the shovel and the dirt is dug up. I was just like, what is going on? Like, that would have been so messed up to see. Overall, I thought it was a decent episode. I think more gruesome because it was based, off of history and those elements, and these cousins again being ghosts, and everybody's a ghost. There's like 5 ghosts in this episode, and them trying to eat the dog was horrible. Not my favorite episode, but a decent one, and I'm very excited to continue watching and seeing where this series is gonna go. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Kids and their pranks. Oh my gosh. They're definitely hiding something. Yeah. Don't explore that cave, whatever you do. Yeah. Then you're a ghost, bud. That's what everybody's saying. Like, I was just named after them 300 years later. As their faces like turn back into skeletons. Oh god. Is she like getting ready to cook him?